Hello listeners, welcome to our show today. I'm Danielle and this is Menism. Today we actually have a very great variety of speakers, which includes both callers and one very special guest appearance. So I really hope you stay tuned and listen to what they have to say about this very, very, very controversial topic. So for our first story today, we have Bobby Tennessee, and he's here to talk about a self-proclaimed tragedy that happened in his life. So...
You want me to go? You want me to go now?
Yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
Okay, so I have a dog and cat, and I had to get rid of them because my new landlord didn't want a new dog or cat. So I took them to the animal shelter, and the animal shelter accepted my cat, but not my dog. And I feel like because my cat is like associated with like lady type, and my dog's like associated with men. So I thought like they were being mean to my dog because it's associated with men, and that's not right. I feel like they're just treating my dog differently because it's a man. You know? I just don't know.
I can see why you think that, but have you ever taken into consideration the possibility that maybe they were just over their heads with dogs, but they didn't have the maximum amount of cats?
I mean, I don't know. Like, that could be a possibility, but I think what we need to focus on is the fact that they're treating my dog differently because it's a dog and associated with men.
Okay, so what did they say to you that made you have these feelings?
Okay, so, I took my dog and cat into the thing, and they're like, we can take the cat, but your dog has lice. And my dog doesn't have lice. I take care of my dog, and I think that was just their excuse because, it's a dog and it's associated with men.
So, this lice issue, are you positive that your dog did not have lice?
I mean, my neighbor had dogs have lice, and it liked to play with my neighbor's dogs, but that couldn't happen because I wash my dog like once a month to make sure it's clean.
Okay, had you just recently washed your dog, or were you getting closer to the due date of washing your dog?
100% honest with you, I have been forgetting for about the last, 16 months to be washing my dog.
So, what you're saying is that you have no proof that there was absolutely no lice on your dog, which means that there is a very great possibility that the reason they did not accept your dog was due to the lice and not the association between men and dogs.
No, I do not believe that at all. I believe that it's mainly because they think my dog is a man and they don't like men.
Okay, well, thank you, Bobby. This is a very controversial topic. And
Thank you very much.
I would love to hear what the viewers have to say about this.
Me too.
Okay, so our next caller is Bobby Fillet. Bobby, what would you like to share with us today?
Well, I have a story. I feel I was discriminated against because of my gender. I was hosting a dinner party at my house with my wife, and the food was really good. Everyone was complimenting on the food, and I was pretty happy with that. But then people started to congratulate my wife. They were telling her, "Oh wow, this is some really good steak," or "That's some really good potato salad." And I just I immediately felt very offended because I'm the one that cooked that. Well, I mean, most of that at least. And just because I'm a guy, they thought I couldn't cook, so they just assumed that it must have been somebody else. And I did not appreciate that. I did not appreciate that at all.
Okay, so I noticed that you said you cooked most of that. Can you give me a general ratio on what you did cook and what your wife cooked?
Well, she did a lot of, she helped a lot, but, I tossed the salads, I went to the grocery store and actually bought the stuff that she told me to buy. I did a lot. I mean, she did the steaks, sure. She did the potato salad, yeah. But, I think I did a lot of the work. I deserve some credit for that,
So basically, The examples that you used is that people would compliment your wife about the steak and the potato salad. And at first I was thinking, oh, Bobby made the steak and the potato salad. That is really not right that she was getting the credit. But what you're saying is they truly were complimenting her for something that she had made?
Well, she helped, but I mean, I went to the store and I bought the stuff, and like you know, you have to preheat the oven and stuff. I preheated that oven really good, like right to what she told me to set it to. But no, I don't get any of that credit because I'm a guy, and obviously guys can't cook. So you know.
So who do you think put more effort into the food? Was it you or was it your wife?
Well, effort's a funny word. I mean, I guess it depends on your definition, I guess.
I guess that's a very good point. Well, I think this is another very controversial topic that the viewers are going to have to, or I shall say, the listeners are going to have to give their input on. So thank you, Bobby Fillet, for your time, and I'm very sorry about your incident.
Men can cook.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Well,
all right. Good.
Our next call is actually a collaboration between Bobby Martini and Bobby Colada. So, Bobby and Bobby, what do you guys have to say?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead and speak anytime, guys.
Oh, okay. So, what happened to us was pretty much we walked into the bar, and we wanted some drinks, and so me, as I do, I order a pina colada because I like pina coladas, and we each order our drinks, and the bartender, even though we're above age, wanted to see the license of the ladies we were buying it for, and we were trying to explain to them how these weren't drinks for young ladies, these were for us. And yeah, and he just, I feel like since we're guys, we're not allowed to order fruity or a good mixed drink.
He all but like told us we couldn't buy them because, I mean, he wanted to know who they were for. He wouldn't stop asking.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like, well, what? I like fruit. You know, I like a little lime. You know, I mean, it's so delicious.
Yeah, fruit is nature's candy.
It's nature's candy. And sometimes guys like a little sweetness too. We all have sweet bits. Indeed we do. Indeed we do. There's a little fruitiness in your life.
They thought we were supplying underage female, and we were of age with our license right there, offering good money, and he wouldn't even take it because we're guys. Because we're guys, and it's unfair.
So at any point did he ask to see your IDs or only the IDs of the females that he suspected you were purchasing the fruity beverages for?
Well, like my teenage daughter was there with us, and she was there with us, and I supplied my ID, but she didn't have an ID yet because, you know, she's like 15. She doesn't have a license yet. And we were trying to explain how it wasn't for her, it was for us. And I think it's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. I mean, I may have been looking pretty young, you know, I was clean shaven. I don't know.
Yeah, it was right before No Shave November, so, you know, we were starting fresh.
Clean slate.
So along with your young daughter being there, did she also order a drink?
Well, you know, she was joking around a little bit, maybe, you know, but, I mean, she wasn't serious.
Yeah, I mean, like, I ordered a second drink for myself, but that was because I was really thirsty. I was dehydrated. It was a hot day, you know? Yeah. It was middle of October. Like, what else am I supposed to do?
So if you were in the position of the bartender, what would you have done if two guys and a young lady walked up to you and ordered 3 alcoholic beverages, 2 of them being fruity? What would you have done?
I mean, I would just give them the drink. That's my job. I'm a bartender.
You do. What you're trained to do is what you're paid to do. That's what you do. I mean, what? Is our money not good enough because we're guys? Is that what it is? Our money's not good enough?
We work for our money, too. I don't think we should be discriminated against because we're guys.
All right, so my last question for you two. I think that this could honestly make or break the case. Was the bartender a man or a woman?
It was a female. To be completely honest with you, this is a wedding, and, you know, she was our grandma, and, well, my grandma, and, you know, I don't know what to tell you.
So I know I said that was my last question, but Another one just popped into my head because I feel like this is something that the listeners are really going to wonder. May I ask the ages of you?
Well, I think you,
I do not think Bobby and Bobby liked that last question. So that is all they have to say, I suppose. Thank you guys for listening to that very interesting take on this topic. So a special part of our episode today is we actually have a guest speaker. This guest speaker is named Bobina Beard. Bobina is a mother of two, both a son and a daughter. So Bobina, why don't you tell us what happened? What is your experience?
Well, my daughter is around 17 years old. Her name is Sarah. And my son is just passing through the change of life at the age of 13. And he's trying to grow facial hair because, you know, it started appearing on his face. It's a very big moment in a young man's life. And he's just thrilled about it, except I read in the handbook a while ago that they're not allowed to have facial hair at school until they're at least, I think it was 15, 16. So all of his teachers, every day, he gets constantly yelled at to shave it off his face, is their exact wording.
So why doesn't he want to shave? Is it just because it's a new thing and he's very happy about it? Or what is his reasoning?
Well, I think that's part of the reasoning. He's so excited about it, but the other half is his big sister Sarah has been such a motivation in his life growing up, and he wants to be exactly like her. Now, she has one of the best looking beards in the country, really. I mean, it's quite astounding. You'll notice back in the Guinness World Records book that she's in there. It's quite long. She colors it every year. So he looks up to his big sister in that regard.
So how long has Sarah been growing out her beard?
Well, since birth, you know, she's been working really hard on that. And when she hit puberty, it just kind of skyrocketed from there.
So has the school been suggesting that your son, what was your son's name?
John.
Okay, has the school been suggesting that your son John shaves his facial hair? Or are they actually forcing him to shave it?
Well, I think they're enforcing it pretty strictly, seeing how in his health class one day he came home and said they actually tried to hold him down and get a pair of scissors and just scrape it right off his face. It was such a horrifying description to hear from my sweet little boy from school. I can't.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
They will pay.
This does make me wonder one thing. So why isn't Sarah being asked to shave her facial hair?
Well, you see, I've never really been partial to anyone's facial hair. My husband has quite a flowing stash himself, but I homeschool her, so there's not really no one there to judge but me and that wonderful little boy.
So does she work in does she work anywhere?
Yes, she works down at, I forget the name of the store, but she's in the food court section.
And do they...
Could be the Subway and Walmart.
Oh, are they bothered at all by her facial hair?
Well, as long as she keeps it up and puts it in a hairnet, it's perfectly okay.
Okay, so I want to ask, what is your overall opinion on this? Do you think that they have a right to ask your son to shave his facial hair, being as he is only 13? Or do you think that there is no reason why John should have to go through something so traumatizing as putting a razor to his face?
I absolutely believe that. I mean, if they're going to go to such a trouble to enforce health class and learning about the human body and how it changes throughout life, they should be able to accept that my son is going to grow facial hair.
Thank you so much for your very inspirational and heartwarming story. I think it's about time that the public hears about this.
You're very welcome. I'm so glad I could help your noteworthy cause.
I'm so glad you could contribute. Thank you, Bobina. Hopefully you can make another guest appearance on the show sometime in the future. So that's all we have for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and tune in next week for more. Next week's topic will be Menism amongst potatoes, and we have a special guest appearance from a gorilla. I'm Danielle, and that's it for today's show.